and that's culture,
Yeah.
which we believe at MCM is extremely important in the success
Hmm.
of any transaction.
Yeah, sure. So every company takes on the culture typically of its leader, its CEO. And we've been in some businesses where because these are small businesses too, um, they tend to be, let's say, managed in a more familial
Mhm.
atmosphere. And so, our what we would like to accomplish in the diligence on the HR side is one, getting an understanding of individual personalities on the senior management team, getting an understanding of the overall culture of the organization. And I'll give you one example.
Mhm.
So, a former portfolio company that we recently divested was very engineering centric,
Mhm.
and they were, they were terrific at solving complex problems for customers, but everything was sort of driven by this engineering centric perspective or culture within the business. They tended to uh, not be terrific on the business development side because all their energies and resources were put in more the technical side. So getting an understanding of that,
Mhm.
at the onset allowed us to think about how we can develop a more business development friendly culture within the organization. So sometimes it's about change,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's about really strengthening the culture that's already there.
Yeah, and I think it's also important as we look at the management teams and how uh, the private equity fund, the management team would interact uh, together.
Hmm.
That their growth initiatives are aligned, strategic objectives are aligned. Personality wise, evaluating the management team is extremely important.
Yeah. So the other thing I would add too is that the diligence process, as it relates to HR, tends to be an ongoing thing.
Hmm.
So we do sort of an annual audit of an annual review is a better way to put it, of the employees or the associates' perspective as to how things are going, what could be improved, what would they like to see done differently. So it's really about keeping your pulse on the organization on a go forward basis. Culture never stays stagnant. It
Right.
changes over time. Perspectives change over time. That first year is really important too, because we're new to the organization. Sometimes it can create and the change that we bring can create some anxiety. So we want to just make sure we understand, how uh, the employees feel about the company that they work for.
Mhm. And I think that's an important part to hit on again with the entrepreneurs and the viewers that are listening is that the organizational health assessment is not us assessing the productivity of the workforce.
Right.
That's something separate that the CEO and their
That's an
managers
operational issue.
are going to
Yeah.
do. This is different. Is hey, where are we going as a group as an organization? How do the employees feel
Hmm.
about the business as a whole, and how can we get better?
Yeah. So a lot of times, the senior management's perception of the rank and file and how they view how the company is being managed or performed can be very different than the reality. And in this day and age where retaining your talent is of such critical nature, you
Mhm.
want to get ahead of those concerns, or at least be astride of those concerns so they can be dealt with in real time.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Mark. Thank you for the insight on the diligence process.
You're welcome.